Big move first. Manchester United have reportedly landed Youri Tielemans, while Brighton's Luka Vuskovic to Spurs is being talked about as a club record switch the other way. There's also serious heat around Liverpool's tracking list, with Bradley Barcola, Yankuba Minteh, Said El Mala and Matias Fernandez Pardo all in the frame. And keep an eye on the bigger name chases too, because Julian Alvarez, Morgan Rogers and Ayab Bouaddi are all generating noise from multiple corners. Let's start with the done deals. Manchester United have reportedly completed the signing of Youri Tielemans from Aston Villa, with the fee being put at about £35 million and another figure of £37 million also mentioned across the coverage. The deal is described as a 5-year agreement, and the player has already been quoted talking about helping the club push for the biggest trophies. ESPN, BBC Sport and The Guardian are all aligned on the move being done. On the face of it, this one looks like a finished transfer rather than a work in progress. Leeds United and Sassuolo are said to have reached agreement on a fee of £34.1 million for Tarik MUHAREMOVIC. BBC Sport is the source on this one, and the wording is pretty clear that the clubs have settled the money. There's no extra complication in the reporting, no rival bidder and no sign of a hold-up. So this sounds very much like a deal that's crossed the line. Brighton have reportedly signed Luka Vuskovic from Tottenham, with The Guardian and BBC Sport both saying the fee is £46 million. The move is described as a club record deal for Brighton, and he has signed a 5-year contract with an option for a further year. The reporting also says he comes in as a replacement after Jan-Paul van Heck's move to Spurs last month. This sounds firmly done, with the paperwork and structure already in place. The Guardian reports that Arsenal have agreed a deal to sell Leandro Trossard to Besiktas, which makes this one sound completed on the Arsenal side. The report says the move opens the way for him to leave after 3.5 years at the club. No fee is given, but the wording is decisive enough to treat it as a done deal in this update. So that's another one effectively out of the door at Arsenal. Now, the hot rumours. Inter Milan have had a second approach for Curtis Jones turned down, with TalkSport saying their improved bid of around £27 million still fell short of Liverpool's £30 million asking price. That keeps this one in the live bidding stage rather than anything close to done. The key detail is that Liverpool have dismissed the latest move, so Inter clearly aren't there yet on valuation. For now, it's an active negotiation with Liverpool holding firm. Liverpool are firmly in the Bradley Barcola conversation, with The Athletic and Team Talk both pointing to fresh contact with Paris Saint-Germain over a possible summer move. The Athletic also says Liverpool are looking at Barcola alongside Yankuba Minteh, Said El Mala and Matias Fernandez Pardo, so this is part of a broader attacking shortlist. There's no fee in the reports yet, which tells you this is still early in the process. But once multiple outlets are linking fresh contact, it's definitely more than idle chat. Julian Alvarez is generating plenty of noise, with Arsenal exploring the idea of using Victor Gyökeres as part of a deal for Atletico Madrid's player, while Barcelona are also not giving up and may raise their offer after the World Cup. BBC Sport, Sky Sports and TalkSport all feature in the reporting, which adds weight to the story. The clubs in the frame are Arsenal, Barcelona and Atletico Madrid, with the idea of a make-weight being discussed on the Arsenal side. It's clearly advanced enough to be taken seriously, but not close to complete yet. Manchester City are said to be intent on signing Ayab Bouadddi from Lille, with The Guardian putting the proposed fee at €100 million, which is about £85 million. That's a huge number, and the report makes clear that City see him as a long-term investment. There's also mention of a host of suitors after his performances at the World Cup Finals tournament, so City are not alone here. Still, the strongest line in the briefing is City's intent, which makes this one of the headline stories today. Crescencio Somerville's agents have met with Roma over a move from West Ham, according to Corriere dello Sport. That puts Roma directly into the frame, with the conversation now at the agent meeting stage rather than simple scouting. There's no fee in the report, so we can't dress it up as anything more concrete than that. But once agents are in the room with a club, the story is definitely moving forward. And finally, the one still on the radar. Yankuba Minteh is on Liverpool's list, according to The Athletic, which places him among several names they're looking at right now. There's no bid, no formal approach and no fee attached in the report. It's simply interest at this stage, but it does sit alongside other Liverpool attacking targets. So this is very much one to watch rather than one that's moving quickly. Said El Maller of Colne is another name the Athletic says Liverpool are looking at. That's all the reporting gives us, a watch list mention, with no bid, no talks and no price. He appears in the same group as Barcola, MINTEH and Matías Fernández Pardo, which suggests Liverpool are casting the net widely. At this point, it's clearly early-stage interest. Chelsea have not given up on Morgan Rogers, but the Athletic says they accept his price tag and also accept that Arsenal's competition makes the deal difficult. That's the sort of update that keeps a story alive without pushing it into advanced territory. No fee is quoted here, just the sense that Villa's valuation and Arsenal's presence are major obstacles. So Chelsea are still in the mix, but this one sounds tricky and far from straightforward. If you want the daily transfer picture in one place, make sure you're subscribed to the Signing Room. We'll be back tomorrow with the next wave of rumours, bids, and completed deals.